Okay, OBS's screen capture got stuck, so the entire stream was completely um, with a blank screen. You couldn't see anything. It's unimportant. This one only really took 5 minutes. The important part is just me talking through the answer and how I got there. So I'm gonna just do that real quick now. It was quite the ramble anyways, so might as well do a little bit of a visual aid here in my editor. Um, so today's puzzle was about having groups of numbers and their overlaps. So in particular, you will get as an input a line of 4 numbers. They will be two different people having a different starting and end point each. What does it mean? The comma separates two people and they get ranges for cleaning. And you want to make sure that you do this very efficiently. So you want to check about overlap in those two regions. So let's say you have this one cleaning from 23 to 33 and this one from 24 to 65. And it's pretty obvious to see that there's going to be overlap here, but how many of them actually do have overlap? And it's a little bit of a edge case and figuring out the most efficient way to do this if case. Um, that's pretty much all that there is for today. So you will have these different start and end points, and this is actually one of the cases that might happen. So there might be partial overlap like this. There might be partial overlap like this. There might be a fully contained group like this. I guess I don't have to use all the space here. Like this. Or there might be a fully contained group like the opposite of this. So we'll have space, space, and then y, 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 y. Okay. What does it mean? Those are the 4 cases in which we have some overlap or a complete containment of each other. Um, it will be pretty obvious to see that the thing looking out for here is to see that the starting marker of one of the groups is after or at the same point as the starting marker of the other group, and the end marker is before or at the same place as the marker of the other group. For my parsing, I split them into the left group and the right group, and now I'm checking for both of them if the start, which is index 0, and the end, which is index 1, will be fully contained. So the first question was, is there a full containment? And for how many of these lines is that true? The second case was if there's any overlap, which means that these would also count. Um, and for that, it's actually even easier because all you have to check is if the starting point of one group is within the start and end of the other. And if you do that for um, both starting points, there's a 100% guarantee that you will catch all of the overlaps because here it will be this starting point, here it will be this starting point. In order for two groups to overlap, the starting point always has to overlap. So I always only checked for the starting. Either left or right has to have the starting point fully contained within the other group. And I think that's all. I'm just going through, increasing the counter by 1. And I don't think there's that much more to it. The script did not work, as you can see. The CLI that I was working on today. I still need to make sure that the folder name contains a 0 when I'm doing the CD. And for some reason, I also couldn't submit. And I'm not sure why that was the case. I did submit for 320. The parsing was completely off. It didn't create the log file at all. as you can see here. And it didn't actually submit the right answer, even though I did have the right answer. Or actually, no, I didn't have the right answer. I said 320. The real answer was 595. One thing to look out for here is that you want to have greater than or equal and less than or equal operators everywhere. That's what I messed up at first. And that's how I got the 320 instead of the 595. So yeah, what went wrong? What went wrong? I'll check that out tomorrow. For now, it's late, and I'll see you for number 5 tomorrow.